The restoration of the script in granite here at the graveside of John F. Kennedy was something that was very important to us. The work is being done by Gordon Ponsford, who is a restoration expert from Georgia. He does a lot of work here at Arlington National Cemetery. He's almost uniquely qualified to do this kind of work.
Well, Gordon Ponsford is an old friend of mine that I've recently reconnected with. We used to be buddies in a yacht club out here on the Lake Allatoona. He still lives around here, and he's still doing this kind of stuff, and he's one of the only people I know who does it. And I asked Gordon if he'd be interested to come check out the old cemetery that's up at the top of my neighborhood, and he was all about it. He's like, yeah. Called me back and said, let's get over there this morning. I want to check it out.
So Gordon is saying the next step is to, as a community, get up here. If we have an interest in this, we clear out the small brush on this side of the cemetery or this side of the fenced-in area. Again, just your opinion is that there's how many graves?
I would say about half a dozen to a dozen here, and only in this particular area. I think ones that are laying down on their face.
Do you think that's laying down on its face right there? Is that what that appears to you?
Since there's no writing on this side, I believe so.
Yeah.
Then I think we can discover who all these people are. And the same with the other big one that's laying down on its face.
The one Gordon is talking about's over here. It's gargantuan, but it's completely been knocked over. Comparatively, this is probably along with Samuel's, which is over there, is probably the biggest one in the lot. How long do you think to repair and re-erect the markers?
It'll take a couple of days, 2 to 3 days.
With a team of two? 2 to 3 people.
It'll take 2 to 3 days to erect them all, and it'll take about a week to clean them. The cleaning process is very delicate and slow to make sure you don't destroy any of the historical fabric of the stone.
Do you think you can reassemble the pieces in an upright fashion?
Oh, yes. What we'll do is pin them together using a fiberglass pin. That way there's no breakdown or corrosion of the metal if you use a metal pin. And then what we use is a limestone mortar that matches the color of the stone to do the repairs.
So limestone mortar will be the joint that repairs them. Now when you're done, it looks like one solid piece?
To a degree.
Well, the oldest marking we found out here is, that says 1796. Okay, so now I see.
That's when he was born.
1796 born, died 1875.
But I believe there's some older ones in here than that. Yeah,
because the one that's clearly marked is the one that's in the best condition, which is still standing over there. Thanks, Gordon, for coming up here and investigating this for us.
Indeed, it was super nice of Gordon to take time to come up and traipse around in our cemetery. We discussed the cost. He threw out a figure of $2,500 to erect all the stones. That did not include the longer, more tedious process of cleaning. The sources of funding for this would not be our neighborhood. It would be either the Lovinggood family and or historical societies, restoration grants. As far as the neighborhood, our contribution would be to simply start the process by getting the area cleaned up and make the contacts and the connections and write the letters to see what we can dredge up in terms of support for this project. This is Ty Towers from the Lovinggood Cemetery.